some of the important skills that you absolutely must know in order to succeed in next few years. If you're missing those skills, you're not gonna make it in this. All right, look, everyone's becoming creator, but it's not an easy path. You have to make some sacrifices and you have to learn some new things. Just getting online and writing, tweeting, posting, recording, whatever isn't gonna cut it. You have to run this as a business. You have to run this in a serious manner where this becomes your skill stack mandatory for you to succeed. Otherwise, you're gonna be drowned in noise, AI generated noise that we are about to enter. Everyone is creating with ChatGPT and you have to stand out. And in order for you to stand out, you have to understand, learn, and maybe master some of the skills. All right, let's get to what's up. Skills you will need to become digital creator. A lot of the skills are not taught in schools. We didn't learn them on the job. Unless your job is in IT, in marketing, you probably didn't learn the skills from your parents. The skills are non-negotiable, and it's going to be your decision as a business owner whether you want to hire someone to do them yourself, or maybe a hybrid of both. A lot of those skills are time consuming to do, but actually to learn and do at the same time. The first skill, probably one of the more important skills, is writing and storytelling. Ability to be interesting, tell interesting stories, and organize your thoughts. Do you have a sense of humor? Forget the academic writing that you learned in school or university. That writing has no place in business. Nobody cares about academic writing except for academics, researchers, and analytic firms. You are working with consumers, customers, maybe small businesses. You'll write differently. Learn how to write and tell stories. Copywriting and selling. Today, people buy online, and we're moving towards online buying economy. Every year, more and more people stop going to the store to buy things they need. So you have to understand the basic buying psychology. You have to understand stages in buying cycle. They fall into these categories. Let's say it's a person and that person has a serious illness. They don't know that they have that serious illness. There are no symptoms. They're not seeing a doctor. They haven't done tests. They're unaware. They're a problem unaware person. But let's say and went to a doctor, and doctor did some lab work and discovered that they have this illness or this sickness. So now that person is problem aware. They know that they have this. Next stage in that cycle is let's talk about solutions. Let's talk about treatment. So with the doctor, the patient sits down and explores different solutions, side effects, and potential success of treatment. That person becomes solution aware. They know there's a solution. Now, that person needs to make a critical decision. Are they going to get treatment? So if they make decision to treat it, now become the solution seekers. That's the next stage. They seek solution. They want to fix it. The people that seek solutions will go to different doctors, treatments, clinics to see what they have available, pricing. They become more educated on the solution. And then finally, they are ready to buy. A person who narrowed down to maybe 2-3 different treatments, and now they're considering options, pricing, duration, and things, but they're ready to buy. They already know they're going to buy something. And once they're ready to buy, it's just a matter of selling them. Because as a copywriter, you will talk different language to them. You will present different points to them based on where they are in that in the cycle. And you have to understand basic human desires and emotions. Straightforward example, a guy buys a car and he tells his friends that he bought it because it gets really good gas mileage, or he got it on sale, it was a deal of a lifetime, he got it virtually for free. Well, in reality, he probably bought it because he wants to appeal to opposite sex. Maybe he likes driving fast, he likes living dangerously. There's some emotional drive that made him buy the car. And this is not just single guys looking to get girls or whatever. This is across the board. Every single human individual make a purchase based on some desire, some fear, whatever drives and motivates those people to do those things, to buy those things. And after you learn copywriting, you gotta learn the production technical part of your business. That's actually creating what you're creating. That's being the digital creator in its essence. Whether it's creating of a blog, you write articles, there's a specific structure to write, you have to format the text, you have to understand the platforms, you have to know how to publish, use WordPress, whatever you're using, or doing visual content. If you're on Instagram, you have to create carousels, you have to or build TikTok shorts. Then there's video, whether you're on YouTube like this, and there's audio. If you host in a podcast, there's tons of things that go into that process. Not to overlook, not to oversimplify this. And then there's editing part. How do you edit those? And systems and platforms. I almost forgot to mention. You have to automate a lot of things, like sending emails, maybe like e-card, like purchasing platform, or maybe setting up Stripe account. There's a lot of things that go that are technical, maybe code, no code, but you have to get the technical part. You have to set it up, and use it and utilize it. Now the next one is my favorite, is the one I'm the most passionate about, is marketing and distribution. That's how you become, how your potential viewers, clients, customers become aware of you, who the hell you are. And there's multiple ways to do this. One of the ways is social media growth. You engage with other accounts, you look at statistics. There are ways to do this. There are strategies and tactics. There's search engine optimization, SEO. You write a blog specifically for certain keywords to become discoverable at Google. Building relationships with other brands. You can co-promote, you can co-host. If you podcast, you can do guest posts. And then ability to publish on platforms, if that's the route you took, like Medium, Hashnode, Substack, posting in Facebook groups, forums, subreddits. So you basically harvest attention. And the reason why this is not the part of the technical slide from before, because this is the inbound. This is for them to get to you. Where the technical is basically internal. You do this work internally and it has no effect on the external world. This has effect on the external world. You basically mending the audience to peek at what you created in the previous slide, to look at you. And then the final skill is your thing. Like, do you have a service? Do you sell a service? Like, you have to know how to do it. If you're a freelancer, let's say you can copyright or whatever, your own skill, your service, your product. If you have a digital product, it could be even your journey. Like if you write in a documentation, how you do something or build something. Like I watched the YouTube channel of the guy who buys boats and fixes them. That in itself is not a product. That's in itself is not a skill. He probably doesn't offer service, but it's a journey that other boat enthusiasts would watch. Do you have a system? Like Justin Welsh sells a system how to become an online creator, and he sells that system essentially. That's his thing. That's what he perfected. You can also sell your body, and I mean, okay, I don't. I don't necessarily mean OnlyFans. It's not only OnlyFans, but you can become a model. Like models sell their body. If you are physically attractive, you can sell products by wearing them. You can sell your brand. If you're an influencer and you have a big audience, you can be a spokesperson, advocate for a brand. You can always sell your knowledge. Like this guy doing woodwork, he can have a course on how to do woodwork, and that's something he can sell. It's not always a product. An important thing to know, it's catch-22. We build this by working overtime, by working tirelessly, by working at night, by squeezing an hour here, hour there, so we don't have to do this anymore, so we can focus on the important things like family, hobbies, relationships, maybe passionate project. But this can also be a passion in itself. So you got to treat this as a business. It's not a hobby. Take it seriously. If you take it seriously, it's not a hobby. You will more likely, you'll show up more likely. And you have to be committed. Commitment is number one. Look how committed this guy, this AI generated person, he's got not just one, 2 cups of coffee. He's so committed that he doesn't even want to get up to get a second one. And you have to invest in this. Like, look, I said this before and I keep saying this again. You can invest your personal time or you can invest your money. If you have a full-time job, there ain't much time you got. You have a family to spend time with and kids to play, you ain't got much time, bro. Says whatever. You ain't got much time. You gotta do what you gotta do. Now, you're probably wondering, how do you acquire the skills? And to be very, very direct, you pay for knowledge. You pay for knowledge because the skills that you need to acquire, it's someone else's thing. Yeah, that's what you pay for. You pay for someone else's knowledge, for someone else's system, maybe even a product, like you'll buy software. Maybe you'll even hire someone to do this for you. But unfortunately, you have to pay to either acquire knowledge or to acquire it's done. Let me show you something. Marketing and distribution, this is never ending journey. Like, this is something you'll be learning all the time, always. You never stop learning marketing. If you're in business, that's one thing you don't stop learning. You always engage in this. That's why I'm passionate about this. The technical and production can be outsourced. You can still be the creator behind the production, but you can outsource a lot of mundane technical work. To learn this, you just need to take maybe 1 or 2 courses. Like, beginning course on video editing or blogging will be just enough, and then you just learn basic things as you go along. Or maybe a couple onboarding videos for the automation systems that you bought. For copywriting and selling, take 1 course or 2 courses, give or take, maybe read a book. I would recommend read some old school OG like Ogilvy or maybe Born Letters. Someone who's been doing copywriting way in the beginning of marketing, not rehashed versions that you see today online. And take 1 course, read 1 book, and you'll be just enough to get started, just enough to understand what a good copy is. When it comes to writing, you have to practice. This is read a book on storytelling. Any book on storytelling will do, and just practice. Write every day. Write a little bit every day. That's pretty much it. That's what you do. This is a skill you acquire and you perfect. This is a skill that you acquire and you perfect. This is a skill that you acquire and can be outsourced, some of it. This is a skill you never truly perfect. You always learn new things. You always expand. And finally, your thing is what you're passionate about. If you don't have your passion, I don't know what you're doing. Treat it as a business. All right, gentlemen and ladies. All right, this is it.